Hey, what's up, guys? My name is David. I just wanted to share a little bit with you today about my experience in the outdoors, why I love it, and why I hope that you can get out there a bunch more. Um, let's see. I'm going to talk about hiking. I've always loved hiking ever since I was little, and what hiking does for me is it helps me to get out of my mind and into my body. What do I mean when I say that? Well, there's a lot of things that go on in my mind, that go on in all of our minds. And a lot of those things aren't really, well, they don't mean anything about anything. But if we sit around all day and play with our phones or look at computers or watch TV, then it's easy for the mind to just go and say lots of things, right? Lots of things. What do I mean by that? Well, when I was your age, Um, yeah, I grew up in a house where my parents fought a lot, and it wasn't easy for me. They didn't have a lot of time for me. I had a lot of unpleasant thoughts going around in my mind that said that maybe there was something wrong with me, or that I wasn't good enough, or I don't know, just I couldn't do anything. And that made me sad. What I loved about the outdoors is when I would go out for a hike, I'd always come back feeling better. So, what happens for me when I would go out hiking is that I would get that separation between the thoughts that go on in my mind, and I would feel who I am in my body. These are two different things. Please always remember, these are two different things. So, getting out, getting exercise, brings us into our bodies. And then when we're in our bodies, it's easier to feel more about who we are instead of who we think we are. To try and do something new, like to hike a new place, to go up a new mountain, to do something challenging and then achieve the thing that I set out to do was great for me, because I would always learn things that were totally different than what my mind would tell me were true. Like the things I told you before, like I wasn't good enough, or I couldn't do it, or maybe the thing was too much for me. This photo on the wall is from a trip I took to New Zealand, where I hiked 300 miles through the South Island. And there were a lot of times when I was doing that, that I felt like, hey, maybe I can't do this. I'm just so tired. I don't know if I'm going to make it to my next camp. And what I would always do is just have a deep breath, realize like, hey, you're those thoughts again, right? You're those thoughts that I've had all my life that probably aren't true. So I'm going to keep on walking. I'm going to take another step. I'm going to take another breath, and I'm going to choose to do this. And well, obviously I did it, and I'm here, and that picture's there. And I hope that you get out there and do lots of things that challenge you, and that remind you that you can do anything that you set your mind to, anything that you decide that you're going to do, and that those voices, whatever you hear inside you that says maybe you're not good enough, or maybe you can't do it, or maybe this thing is too hard, they're just thoughts in your mind and they're not real. So go do the things, have fun, get outside.